What do we do, ladies and gentlemen, when I get a firearm? I got this beautiful 1911 in my hands right now. What's the first thing we do when we get a firearm? I'm listening. That's right. We clear it, make sure it's not loaded. So the first thing we do is we drop the mag, and it's not popping out. So I'm going to try this different mag to simulate. There we go. It pops out. I'm going to check my magazine. The magazine is empty. I'm pulling the slide to the rear, checking the chamber, and checking the mag well. The weapon is clear, and now I can explain what we're talking about. I'm going to explain saddling the slide. If I'm shooting my weapon, and this weapon here has an 8-round capacity. Actually, it takes a standard 7-round, but you can get mags that take 8 rounds. So let's just say I got the standard mag in there, 7 rounds. On my last round that I shoot, if the gun is working properly and the follower engages the slide stop, it's going to lock the slide to the rear. And it has, if you'll see on the video. Lock the slide to the rear. What we're going to do now, I'm going to try to incorporate, too, the mag change. That was another aspect that I was going to talk about today. But when the weapon is out of ammo, if you remember from last week, I've got the gun in my line of sight. The muzzle's somewhat pointed towards the threat. It's at my eye level. I'm going to press the magazine release button. Magazine comes out. I'm going to exchange it for another mag, put the mag in that's with full rounds. I'm going to turn the weapon back into a shooting position in my line of sight. Now on the video you're going to see I'm going to turn the gun sideways now. A lot of people, what they do is they'll get their 5 fingers and kind of scrunch them together and go to grab the rear side of the slide and try to pull it. But when they do that under stress, if they don't get a good grip, they're going to slip off the gun, which makes it necessary for them to put the hand back on the gun, wasting precious time. Other people, if they do get to grab the slide and pull it to release the slide stop, they kind of walk the slide forward. Walking the slide forward is akin for a malfunction. It doesn't let the weapon do what it's supposed to do. So we're going to solve that problem. And this is a great thing to learn when you're doing the round robin. When you're holding the gun properly in your hand, I'm a left-handed shooter, so the gun now is in my line of sight. I'm indexing the weapon. I just changed the mag. I'm going to turn the gun back into my line of fire. It's in my line of sight. My offhand is going to get on top of the slide behind the ejection port. We don't want our hand in front of the ejection port because if we close the slide accidentally, it's going to pinch our finger. We don't want that. Ouch, blood blister. Doesn't feel good. The back part of the ejection port is the danger line. Stay behind the danger line and you're okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the base of our palm, this part right here, the bottom part of our palm, and we're going to utilize the tips of our fingers in this manner. I'm going to put the palm of my hand, the bottom palm of my hand, against the slide. Over the top of the slide, I'm going to wrap my fingers where my fingertips grab the other side of the slide. And at the same time, with my shooting hand, I'm going to push the bottom part of the gun while I bring the slide towards me with my offhand. As I do that, I'm compressing the spring about 1/8 of an inch more, which will give it a catapult effect when it brings the round into the chamber. You're going to hear it. Hear how hard that sounded? As compared to maybe just dropping the slide stop, it's still loud, but it's not as loud and as forceful as saddling the slide, compressing it just a little bit more, and letting it go. That's saddling the slide. You have a much better grip on it, less chance of the fingers slipping off the slide. And one more time, if I walk it forward, if I'm saddling the slide but I still decide to walk it forward, the cartridge could potentially pop off the magazine improperly, not get hooked by the extractor because the extractor carries the cartridge into the chamber. I'm showing on the video right now the cartridge, the extractor looks like a hook. And the cartridge has the rim at the bottom, and that extractor hooks the rim and keeps tension on it. But if I go real slow, the cartridge may get ahead of the extractor pushes the cartridge into the chamber, and then you have another malfunction. So we want to make sure we're very violent with this gun. The gun gets an explosion in it every time you shoot it. So what you do with it manually is not going to hurt the gun. So once again, I load the weapon, I saddle the slide, pull, and let it go. Pull, and let it go. Do not walk the slide forward, okay? That is saddling the slide. Now, if we put mag changes into this, somebody asked about mag changes too. There's different types of mag changes. if I'm in a shoot and I've got a full capacity gun, my gun's at full capacity, I got 8 rounds, and I have to take a few quick shots and I'm excited, adrenaline's pumping, I go 1, 2, 3, boom, but I lost count. I've got an 8-round mag, I shot 3 rounds, but I actually lost count. I don't remember. And let's say there's a lull in the shooting. What I can do if I feel safe and I'm behind cover or something, and I got my extra mags on my belt, what I can do is say, okay, I got a little bit of time. I don't really remember how many shots I took. I'm going to take the mag out. This is a tactical reload. I'm taking the mag out, still has ammo in it, but I'm not sure how much. But I still have a round in the chamber. That is for just in case something happens, I got 1 shot to take. The other mag is coming out of my mag pouch. I'm indexing the weapon again. I'm inserting the mag, and I'm back in action with a full magazine. That is a great little thing to learn. You need to practice that. The other mag change is when the gun just goes empty. And this magazine is defective. Let me use the other one. So what happens is, on the last round, slide locks to the rear. Oops, I'm out of ammo. Drop the mag, grab a new one. I'm indexing it, compressing. I gotta take the mag out to make it work. Compress the slide, and it goes forward, and I'm back in the game. So those are your 2 different types of mag changes.